this is Jacqueline Sinfield, the ADD coach for adults, and today I wanted to talk about meal planning, because when you have ADHD, meal planning can be a logistical nightmare, and we don't want it to be, because food is your medicine. You've heard the saying or the quote, and it's so true. When you eat a healthy ADD-friendly diet, your unwanted ADHD symptoms are minimized so that you can focus and concentrate on the important tasks of the day. You feel less anxious, less hyperactivity, less angry, less depressed. List just goes on and on and on. But it is one of these attention to detail tasks that you find challenging, and it also involves a lot of decision making, which is also problematic. So these techniques will help you so that you're able to eat healthy food and ADD doesn't get in the way of the planning. So first of all, just grab a piece of paper and write the days of the week at the bottom, and then breakfast, lunch and dinner across the top. And then you'll have a grid with 21 squares. So next we just need to fill in those squares. So I'm going to make it super easy. It's okay to have the same thing for breakfast every single day. Now I know lots of people say, oh, you should have every meal different and vary it because you'll get all the different nutrients that you need, and that is kind of true, but I'm giving you permission to have the same thing for breakfast every day because it takes the brain work out of having the most important meal of the day, and you've probably heard that a lot too, but it is important. Make sure that for your breakfast you have protein-rich breakfast. That could be boiled eggs, or it could be a protein smoothie. And that the reason why the protein first thing in the morning is so important is because when that's the first thing to cross your blood-brain barrier, that allows your brain to focus and concentrate, not just first thing in the morning, but for the rest of the day. So just make the first thing meal of the day nice and easy for you, and if that involves having the same thing every day, that's okay. So next up is lunch. Now lunch can be one of the harder meals just because you're usually going to be eating that outside the home. So just to guarantee that you're going to have something healthy, take it with you, and the easiest thing to do really is to take leftovers from the night before. Now, if you don't have a lot of leftovers, then make extra, because it's much easier just to make more of something than try and make a whole new meal. And then the next thing you could do is just supplement it with something, perhaps a sweet potato or a tin of tuna, just to make it slightly different so you don't get totally bored. So that's lunch. And then for the evening meals, what you can do is start to think of what your favourite evening meals are and gather all the recipes together and pop them in a binder. So this is like your personalised recipe book. And I'll show you mine. Look, inside here I've got recipes from magazines that I wanted to try, and if I tried them and I liked them, then they stayed. And then also things from the internet. If I like to print them out, then I print them out. And then also I've got quite a lot of cookbooks, but if ever there's a recipe that I wanted in a cookbook that I'm going to be having regularly, then I photocopy it and pop it in the binder. So the binder, not only does it mean that all your recipes are in one convenient spot, so you don't have to go hunting for them, it also acts as a handy reminder so that you remember what you liked, and when you're coming to plan your meals, get your binder out, and that will help not only plan, but also as you're writing your shopping list of ingredients that you need, it will help you for that too. And then another thing that you can do is have theme nights. So for example, back in the day people would have Friday would be fish day, and then on a Sunday would be a roast beef or roast pork or chicken. And so that when you have theme nights yourself, it takes the brain work out of knowing what to have on any given night. So you might have Taco Tuesday or Fish and Chip Wednesday. I'm making this up, but you choose. And when you have theme nights, what that does is, again, it takes the decision out of what you're going to have on any given night, so that you don't have to constantly feel that you're creating and coming up with new stuff. So, good luck. What I've done is down just below this video, there's a printable, both of this chart, and then there's also some information of some handy recipes that you might like to try that are easy and tasty and well, ADD friendly. And this is just a small part of things that we'll be covering in the Untapped Brilliance e-course. And so we go into the ADHD diet in much more detail in that. So if you're interested in that, there's a link just below as well. And if you've got any questions, just email me. Goodbye.